Breaking news! Christians are learning how to flirt.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show. Today's video, we are talking about flirting. Actually, it's going to be a Christian's guide to flirting. And some of you hear that and you're like, oh, no siree, that is not allowed for a Christian. Well, we're here to tell you, maybe it is.
That's stupid.
Real quick, if you're new here, we are making Christian advice videos on life, love, and dating to help you have hope.
And be free.
So subscribe. Flirting. Well, if you look at the origins of flirting, the word flirtatious comes from the Latin fleur, meaning to attract a mate.
Wow, totally made up.
In all seriousness, I do think there is some negative thoughts when it comes to Christians and flirting. I think we got to boil it down, starting out to what are the end goal intentions.
If you're flirting because you are interested in a guy or girl,
then,
and you see like there could possibly be potential for a relationship.
I am looking ultimately to get married. I'm looking for a serious relationship, and I think I found someone who could potentially fit that bill.
I feel like these days there are a lot of Christian girls that I have known that have grown up and like their parents maybe didn't really talk to them about how to like show a guy that you're interested in them, and so they're super awkward around guys, and especially guys that they maybe have an interest in, and they're just like, hi!
Or they purposefully avoid them because they're nervous around them.
Yeah, and so they like literally like are rude to them sometimes. Like not meaning to be, but they just like come off rude because they don't know how to act. I think that it is a good thing to talk about how to flirt with a guy or a girl to show that you are somewhat interested. Or just like how to be nice to a person that you're into. So let's talk about that.
Morgan, let's start off with a way for a girl to show interest, to flirt. Sometimes guys are a little bit oblivious.
Okay, so say you're at a group setting, like church youth event or whatever, and the guy you like is over there hanging out with some of his friends. Say you know a few of the guys or the girls that he's hanging out with.
Okay.
Well, just go up to that group and just like nonchalantly say, hey guys, what's up? Or like, say hey to one specific person in that group, like, oh hey Sarah, haven't seen you in a while. That way, boom, you're in the group.
You're in.
And then you can slowly work your way to talking to
I see
Bobby
what you're doing.
over here.
I see what you're doing. Puts yourself in the same proximity of the person that you're interested in. Mm-hmm. An easy step to do.
Step two.
Let's move over to the guys, but this could go either way. I mentioned it in a previous video. When I was putting myself out there, a typical first step I would do is make eye contact with the person, and don't just, do it kind of intentionally, like actually show them that, hey, I'm noticing you. Don't take it too far and just like lock eyes for a minute straight.
Say you're standing in that group with people and whatever, and you know, Bobby over here is saying something kind of funny, or he's just like talking to friends or something, just every now and then make eye contact.
That's good.
If he is into you, he will like make sure that you guys lock eye contact more often.
And that's a good early stages of flirting, yeah.
Step 3, laugh at their jokes.
Seriously though, on our first date in Frankfurt, going to the book fair, walking around town, you laughed. You still laugh at my jokes. That is your personality, but I remember thinking, she thinks I'm funny. I can let my guard down a little bit and just be relaxing myself around her, and I think she genuinely likes me. That's a plus.
Yeah. It was a close friend of mine, like a few years ago. I remember she had a crush on this guy, and we were like in the perfect situation, perfect scenario, and literally like he was a funny guy, and he was like cracking jokes, and she was walking alongside, you know, in the group and whatever, and she was just like,
yeah.
And she was just like, she was just so nervous and stuff, but like, don't be that way.
We know that sometimes it takes some practice, or you are nervous and the nerves can get the better of you. Like, we've all been there. But these are things to just be mindful of and try to move in this direction. Kind of on that note, don't be getting on your phone a lot when you're around that person.
That's just kind of like, oh, I guess I'm boring then.
Okay, here's another one. This one's a big one. The person that you're interested in, go up and ask them questions, because that immediately they notice that, and everyone enjoys talking about themselves. So when suddenly you're asking them questions, they're gonna see you as like, oh, this person cares about me, and I enjoy talking to them because I enjoy talking about myself. And just these little kind of cheat things. But you know, I've said this before. You got to be willing when it comes to dating, and some of you guys probably disagree with this, but this is my experience, and I felt peace about this. You got to be willing to play the game a little bit. You can't take it too seriously, because if you are putting yourself in this place where it's like, I can't go out on a date unless I know for a fact that I'm going to marry them, like that just puts a ton of pressure on you, on them. Take a deep breath and have a little fun playing the game. That doesn't mean that you're crossing physical boundaries with the person.
And that doesn't mean that you're treating them like a game.
Right, but you are genuinely looking for the person that you're going to end up with, and you're willing to
put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there and learn about the person and realize, okay, maybe this person isn't right for me, but we still had a good time, had some good conversations, and now I realize, okay, I'm going to keep looking. Like, that's okay, it's part of it. I have another little tip. This one's kind of small, but trust me, it goes a long way. Say the person's name. Seriously, like if you're in a conversation and you say their name like intentionally, maybe more times than normal, again, people like hearing their name, and it lets you know that, okay, this person notices me, they notice my name, they know who I am. It's a plus.
Yeah, it was so weird on our first date. I remember Paul said my name a few times, and like when we were leaving, he was like, "Bye, Morgan," and I was like,
you like that without thinking it was weird?
Yeah. I was like, well, I mean, I did think it was weird, but like in a good way. I was like, bye, Paul.
From the horse's mouth.
If you are a very outgoing, bubbly person, like I have a very bubbly personality, and so I laugh at literally everyone's jokes.
She does.
And I smile a lot, and I'm just nice, okay?
Yeah.
But I've had to learn how to kind of pull back on that before I met Paul, and now in marriage too as well, because you don't want someone to look at you and think, wow, she literally flirts with every guy. She probably doesn't like me. That's just the way she is.
Good point.
And like, it's not your fault, but you have to recognize, oh, I have a really bubbly, outgoing personality. No wonder this guy doesn't think that I like him, because he thinks that I do this to every guy.
Yeah, so if you start showing interest in a guy and being that way around him, and then literally like every guy that comes in the room, you're doing that too, he will probably notice that, and it'll probably be a little bit deflating.
Either that, or you'll have literally every guy you've ever talked to thinking that you like them, and then you're like, no, I don't like you!
Yeah. Major wisdom.
So just recognize your personality, whether you're super outgoing or you're a very hardcore introvert, and it takes a lot for you to be outgoing. Like, recognize your personalities and then learn how to work with your personalities. And don't be afraid to push yourself into something that maybe feels a little uncomfortable, whether that's pulling yourself back or pushing yourself out there.
Know that we're not telling you to be something that you're not, because ultimately the person needs to like you for who you are. So yeah, don't like force stuff, but again, it's okay to go ahead and come out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Okay, ladies, quick few things really fast that you could be doing, practice and whatever. So you might notice that you already play with your hair when you're talking to a guy, but if not, just maybe wear your hair down and play with it a little while you're talking to them. Touching your face. You're so funny.
That's good.
Smiling. Just smile.
Guys, big one. Smile. Guys or girls, either one, right? I mean, girls like it when a guy smiles. A smile is attractive. You're never fully dressed without one.
Okay. Guys, stop being babies. I'm talking to you men out there.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I think a way that a guy can show interest or flirt is by demonstrating chivalrous things. Like a little thing is walking on the side of the sidewalk that's closest to the street, showing like, hey, I'm here to protect you. If there were a rogue car, I'm going to take the hit. But seriously.
Okay, Paul did do that on our first date. Like, he literally, like, there were several times where I was on the outside on next to the street, and he came around, like, clearly came around and, like, had me come to that side, and I was like,
how did you feel about that?
I was like, this is strange. No guy's ever, like, done this, but I liked it.
She liked it. Opening doors, compliments, and go ahead and, like, say, hey, you look really pretty, or I really like that outfit. Like,
it's a really cool outfit.
Yeah, be genuine, but be complimentary. Big one. Big plus.
But really, guys, like, step up and be men. Like, stop being scaredy cats. We're telling these girls to put themselves out there, but you guys have got to stop being afraid
100%.
of whatever it is.
Yeah,
get out there.
I'm not letting you guys off the hook. Something a guy can do right off the bat is just be bold with the woman in asking her out. Let them know your intentions. Hey, you want to go out on a date? Hey, I think that you're really cool and I'd like to get to know you better. Don't just be like over text message, hey, Netflix, question mark? Like, be clear with, who you are. Show them that you're a bold man, like a leader. Guys, know that we are coming from not just a place of, like, love is a game and be extremely flirtatious and sensual. Like, we're just saying, if there's someone that you're interested in, it is okay to let them know you noticed them. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below and let us know what you think about Christians and flirting. Do you think that it's okay, like we're coming from, or do you feel like, no, they should not? But let us know why so we can have the conversation. Thank you guys for watching. We care about you all deeply. We love you, and we just want the best for your dating and marriage. Have hope.
And be free.
I will give an authentic response to her flirting.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
Hey, Morgan. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. How are you?